Okay, now this question is going to look like a crazy 4 questions because sounds like the same, but it's not the same. So you need to answer, what will happen if you do this? What won't happen if you do this? What will happen if you don't do this? Okay? And what won't happen if you don't do this? Hi, so today I'm pretty excited because I'm doing a workshop for WeWork, and this is about the ultimate goal setting strategy session, and this is quite exciting because WeWork, before that let me explain what WeWork is. WeWork is a co-sharing workspace where different entrepreneurs, people, business owners, they come together and they work in a shared working space. So what happens is, normally entrepreneurs and business owners tend to work just by themselves, and it sort of stresses them out because there's no community, there's no social involvement. So this sort of co-working, shared co-working spaces is amazing for people who like to work by themselves but still have a community to work around. So they approached me to do this is more about goal setting, even though I would like to call it holistic, but for the purpose of people understanding it better, I've named it as Ultimate Goal Setting Strategy Session. And during the session, I will take them through where they are right now, where they want to be, why they want to get there, and how they can get there. So it's going to be a fantastic session. It's at WeWork again. It's somewhere there. So I'm just going to get the worksheets printed. I prepared a worksheet. It's a 16-page worksheet, and this worksheet will be given to them when they start the workshop, and they start putting in the questions, answering the questions. I will take them through the session, and now I'm going to go and get the worksheets printed. So I'm going to a place called Office Works. This is a great place where you get all your office stationeries, and also you can get your printing done. So off to Office Works, and then I'll come back here where the where the workshop will take place. And this is the second year. So this is the second year I'm doing this workshop. I did it last time and they had amazing feedback from their participants. So they've approached me to do it for the second time. So yes, looking forward to that, and I'll catch up with you soon. Peya, how is this activity for you? Is it allowing you to really reflect and sort of recalibrate where you are? Is it helpful?
Yeah, it's good. I think my life has a lot of uncertainty because my partner's in the military, so we have to move a lot. So I always have to be very flexible.
I know, and that's really hard, isn't it? When you have to keep moving. For me, it happens quite often. So for me, the relocation, thinking of moving, but you have to sometimes for work, for personal reasons, you relocate and you move, but that creates a lot of anxiety as well, because you're like, okay, what's going to be in the new place? How am I going to manage this? How do I settle there? But eventually everything falls in place. I think it's just to believe and come from a place of love rather than fear, because in most cases we operate from a place of fear. So when you operate from fear, the outcome is usually negative. But when you operate from a place of love and abundance, you start attracting great things in your life, and you feel that things happen positively. Because love, abundance attracts positive people, positive events and circumstances into our life. Yeah. All right. Sounds good? Yeah. Okay. So, next step what I'd like you to see is, what is your master goal? Now we've got all these goals, but if you really had to make a change in your life in terms of the goals that you've chosen, you can't be focusing on everything at the same time. The rest of the goals will be there in the back and you'll be still working on it, but one of this would be really important to you, because that is one goal that will allow for the rest of the goals to progress. The other goals could be dependent on one master goal. So you want to choose one master goal, look at your previous worksheet and write down one thing that you want to master. one thing. Maybe that's your finances, maybe it's your career, maybe you want to educate yourself, maybe that's your growth, perhaps it's family, relationship, health. Which is the one goal that you think will help you propel forward? So this year for me is releasing my book and online course, and I want to do some retreats as well. So that's what it's again getting towards that. Now it's your turn. As Brian Tracy points out, it is important to take at least 1 year to master any particular goal. Dedicate and devote a year to create lasting changes. So by now, you should be very clear about what is that one goal you're going to focus for 2020, your master goal. Is it hard, Frank?
No, that was fairly
Easy? Fairly easy?
Fairly easy for me, yeah.
Fair? Easy for you? What's the one goal that you want to master?
Pass my GAMSAT exam and start medicine next year.
Awesome. Beautiful. Good luck with that.
Thank you.
Frank, what's your one master goal?
Well, I would like to master the art of generating some passive income
Awesome.
so that I have time and energy to focus on other goals.
Absolutely. That's one of my goals too. But I've been doing it for a while now. So my goal this year is really to travel. I want to do a couple of corporate trainings, traveling around. So that's where I'm focusing on. Okay, now this question is going to look like a crazy 4 questions because sounds like the same, but it's not the same. So you need to answer, what will happen if you do this? What won't happen if you do this? What will happen if you don't do this? Okay? And what won't happen if you don't do this? Sounds like the same, but not the same. See what comes up for you. Don't try to complicate it too much. Take it easy. Just write whatever comes to you. Don't overanalyze. That's the point.
And that's with regards to the master goal.
Yes, to regards to your master goal.
So my name is Frank and I work for TAL Insurance. All of a sudden today morning I realized that there is a session in my office which was involving around my wellness, which was gonna be given by Uma Panch. And it was a really interesting session. It gave me time to kind of contemplate on some aspects of my goals, which are kind of short-term, long-term goals. It also helped me kind of put some priorities around it. Other thing was that I really liked was setting some master goal and then kind of putting other goals in alignment with that master goal. So yeah, it was really interesting session given by Uma, and I really wish her good luck in her future endeavors.